Let's hit it. Time for Roula and Ryan's prank call.
All right, what kind of prank call are we looking at here this morning,
Is
Kevin?
it telemarketer turnaround, or is it like somebody you had to actually call?
And Terry's going to tell us all about it.
Hi, y'all. So I just want to set up a prank call with my husband. So he got a lawyer to get him out of a speeding ticket, but he believes his attorney missed the court date. So I think it would be a perfect time to prank him.
Okay, pretty easy. We're going to call from the Harris County courts. And
wow,
this
that's
is
not stressful at all.
This is
I mess with them.
multifaceted, many levels. I had to pre-record a lot of audio for this to feed it down to this gentleman to make him think that he is really going to be in court over the phone.
Oh, my gosh.
Sam is in this. Ahmad is in this.
We came to court.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We were there.
We came with the attorneys, a judge. We got all kinds of different characters. Let's take this gentleman to court. Y'all, he is still asleep. I can't believe. Listen to him waking up and taking this call.
No.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. It's Tanner McCumpsey calling from Harris County Courts. Is this Mr.
Yeah, who's this?
Tanner McCumpsey calling from Harris County Courts? I'm calling in regards to your missed court appearance this morning.
Oh, I missed court. I didn't know that. I thought my attorney was going for me.
Says here you're going 288 miles an hour on Highway 90.
No, that's not right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're going 90 on 288, allegedly.
Yeah. That's what it
Oh,
was.
my goodness. All right. I guess they screwed up the paperwork. But unfortunately, your attorney said that you'd be here this morning and the judge is ready to dismiss your case. But you got to be in attendance.
No, I literally paid my attorney to be there for me. I didn't know that.
I got you. All right. Well, how about this? If you can stay on the line, I'll connect you to the courtroom and you can enter your plea over the phone.
Over the phone?
Yeah, with it's been real inclement weather recently, and they understand, you can't get in, and sometimes you hired a bunk lawyer. Sounds like you hired a bunk lawyer. So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
All
sure.
right. So here's what's up. I'm going to put you through the courtroom. The bailiff is going to tell you to rise once it's time for the judge to come in. So naturally, just stand up if you're on the phone and you're sitting down. And then the judge will take the case from there. And you can put in your plea and get through it in that sense. Okay?
Wait, we're going to court over the phone? Like, right now?
Well, yes. Did I stutter?
Oh, my God.
No, I've never heard of that before.
Well, today's your lucky day. Hold on.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Beauregard Troubadour.
You all may be seated. Mr. You may be seated. Sir, is that you on the phone there?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Sir, it looks like your attorney has failed to show up here, and why are you not here?
Because my attorney was supposed to be there for me.
So I should hit you with contempt then?
No, that makes no sense. You should hit my attorney with contempt. I'd never do such a thing.
I don't even know who the hell the man is. All I have here is Mr. Mitch going 288 miles an hour on Highway 90.
No, that's completely wrong. It was 90 miles on Highway 288.
Oh, so you admitted to the charge?
No, my attorney was supposed to be there for me. Why is he not there?
So what you're saying, you're guilty?
No, Your Honor. I'm saying my attorney should be there. You should charge him.
Got you. Okay, that's at awful high rate of speed. What's the hurry?
Honestly, Your Honor, I had to poop.
Oh, my God.
I really had to. I had to use the bathroom.
I don't know if you can use those words in the court of law, but man, put that in the record. All right, so the gentleman had to poop. All right, and then hold on. Let's see what the county has to propose here. County?
Your Honor, the county proposes a governor or fine.
A governor? What the is that? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean to curse, but what is that?
Good Lord, sir, you cannot use those words in my code of law. Mr. A governor, is that agreeable to you? It will keep you from going over 35 miles an hour.
Over 35 miles? That makes no sense.
Well, if it's going to be dollars and cents if you don't obey the laws. I have a fine here for $420. $420. Is that more agreeable to you?
No, just put the governor in. It's fine.
All right. Well, you can thank Governor Terry for this. She has set you up on the Roula and Ryan show today on 104.1 KRBE. My name is actually Special K.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? You serious?
Don't worry, you're not in court this morning.
Oh, thank God. I had never heard of that. That was strange, man.
Yes, that is my job. I appreciate you staying on the phone with me and going through Beauregard Troubadour's court. Did you actually stand up?
Yeah, I thought you could see me or something. I don't know.
That would be cool. Well, I won't keep you any longer this morning. I'll let you get to work. Can you give me a message for your wife who set you up today?
Babe, you're going to pay my $420 fine, all right? It's on you.
Say Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan show.
Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan
Prank call requests, and you will be able to get in contact with Kevin and prank somebody in your life. On Fridays, he does another one.
I wish you could be like a juror from home.
That would be great.
I
That'd make it
going
easier.
in there. That's why.
No, they'll never pay attention, and you're gonna be screwed if you're the
No, they
person.
put that Zoom out. Let's look
Oh,
at
if you're
you.
a juror,
Your
no.
Honor, I'm not a cat.
No, I hate being in there. I
You
hate
would
that.
never pay attention if you were a juror. Come on, even Sam even saw that one.
Yeah,
coming.
no,
If
because
you
you're
were
not
your
supposed to
jury by
have-
Zoom.
You're not supposed to have phones.
Yeah, you're not
you can't play with your
supposed to.
phone while you're in the
Because
jury
nobody
pool.
breaks those rules if they're at home on a Zoom.
That's what I'm saying.
I would totally do it.
Turn off my camera.
Not online
Watch
shop.
Netflix in my
My
underwear.
bad. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you say? You thought that
It's
you
better
were
me
the
than
murderer?
me being in there with my anxiety. I wouldn't be paying attention. I'd be thinking about going to the bathroom.
Well,
I wouldn't
that's
even-
your excuse, Eric.
Hey,
just
what
say
do you
need to
do? Like if you're in a jury
That's
pool,
exactly, it's so
and it's a
embarrassing.
long, drawn out like
You have to
part
tell
of
the
the
bailiff. You go, hey, bailiff guy, girl.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Let me think back to my day when I was a defendant in a court of law for 3
Yeah, you
days
saw
here in
it.
Houston, Texas.
If you had to go to the bathroom, what'd you do?
How many breaks did you get?
They adjourned for lunch, and then we just
Like a smoke break?
went downstairs to the little cafe.
A vape break.
Yeah,
I
vape
think
break.
it was maybe 45 minutes or an hour. I almost can't remember because you're in such a time suck if you're the defendant in a case. And then there was definitely no stopping for bathroom breaks, but we had long days. I had to be there 8 a.m. We didn't finish till like 4 p.m. I do not remember the jury ever saying, sorry, Your Honor, we have to go to the bathroom.
Hell no.
I really don't remember that.
I have to go to the bathroom now just thinking about
Oh,
that.
I know.
Maybe
Just
somebody
being
can
stuck.
text us who's in the court
Kevin
system
was-
every day
you're a
at
foreman, right?
37530.
Can you believe that?
You were the foreman?
I had to be the jury foreman
That tells you
because
something. That case was screwed up.
I
everyone was
know.
so meek. I guess you could say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Give me that paper.
What
Get
was
us out
the
of here.
case about?
It was just about speeding. A taxi driver took his case about speeding to the jury, and so we threw the book at him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
Wait,
to my
the
jury.
taxi driver
No.
wanted the jury to say he was not guilty and not speeding, and you guys
was-
were clearly you were.
He was accelerating to get on the freeway, but I guess too fast.
Okay.
So
man.
you know what?
he
Honestly,
merge?
he was merging and going too fast. But he originally was probably going to get a fine for maybe $300 some, but we just made it 100 because we were like, psh, you kind of got trapped there.
Hey, who's at
That's-
fault for that when you're merging? Because you have to slow down and let them and then find your way in, right? It's not the person that's like on the regular, like West Park Tollway. Those people are going down the two lanes.
Yes.
And you're merging to get on there. If you're the
Don't you have
merger,
to give
it's
them
your
some space? They don't.
fault.
They only have a limited amount of space. You
Yeah.
can't be a total jerk and be right on them. You got to give them some space to get on the
Because
freeway.
some of them have lights, right? Like I see the red light, green
Oh
light.
yeah,
Like
do you
59.
pay attention to that?
Yeah, because I want to get over it. You got to have space.
What really bothers me is the people that try to cut over at the very last second and get onto that merging ramp.
Yeah.
Those
By the
are
way,
ones.
people are saying you just let the bailiff know if you're on the jury pool, in the jury pool, or you're in the court, whether plaintiff
Do
or
they have to
defendant,
pause
to let the
testimony so
bailiff
somebody
know.
can poop?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, you
And
have
the
to say it's a
person's typing
bathroom
that.
break. We'll
Oh.
take a bathroom break, and then everybody does their own thing until the person comes
There's
back.
Eric
I guess.
again.
I imagine.
This time.
God,
Okay.
how much fiber does this man have?
Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, if there's somebody in your life that has disappeared, ghosted you, you just can't get a hold of them, can't keep track of them, no matter how you try, we leave it up to Eric and he figures it out. And that's how we give you closure. That's next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
In your life, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're gone, and you don't know why. What happened?
So we leave it up to Eric here on the Roula and Ryan Show to just take care of this. He finds a lot of people in many different ways. We don't ask questions. We just want to know if they're on the phone.
Sometimes you should.
So Claire, yeah, sometimes you should. Reach out to us at krbe.com. Claire did. So let's find out her story. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
Hey, Claire, so who is it you want to get closure with this morning?
There's this guy, Chris, and I thought things were going great. We met on a dating app. We really hit it off, and the chemistry was there. I'm not ashamed to say it, but we slept together the first date, And it's not like one of those you get what you want and then bye. Like, we continued to go out, like we went out every weekend and we slept together every time we saw each other, and it was magical.
Magical. That's quite the description.
Yes!
Magical.
That's a great word that any guy wants to hear a girl's describe as magical.
How many times you guys saw each other before he ghosted you, which brings you to closure?
8 times.
So 8 times, that's a lot.
Is this 8 times like in like 2 weeks or a month or what?
In like a month.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot more than some people get, especially after they got physical the first date. So many people are like ghosted after a one-night stand and things like that. But y'all kept on keeping on. Okay, so what happened the last time y'all saw each other?
Honestly, I don't know, but the following weekend was my birthday, and we had planned to like get a hotel downtown and like do something special. And then it was coming up, and I hadn't heard from him. And my birthday came and went. I never heard from him, and now it's been 10 days.
Whoa, hang on a second. He ghosted you. You had a birthday date planned, and he just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Now, was the birthday date plan just the two of y'all, or were you going to like, hey, my friends and I were all going to go out and you're going to meet my friends for the first time? Like, had your friends ever met him, or had y'all like cross-pollinated friend circles?
Not yet. It was just going to be the two of us, like dinner, get in a hotel in downtown, and just the two of us.
You wanted to have a romantic birthday evening, and he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Now, I do
And
understand.
ever since then, nothing.
Literally not a peep.
Is he on TikTok or Instagram, or you see what he's doing, but he's just not doing anything with you?
He doesn't post that much, so I don't know.
All right, so Eric has tracked him down. Chris is on the line right now, and he's heard this entire conversation. Maybe he can shed some light on this.
Well, Chris, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. We appreciate you joining us today. Hello.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Chris, you heard all that. Can you explain why'd you ghost her?
I apologize. I feel bad about it, but there was a red flag or two that sort of gave me pause.
A red flag? Like, what was it?
I noticed that you had created a profile on my Netflix account. Like, I logged in the other day, and there's a profile for Claire Bear. That's a little bit too serious for me.
Wait a second. You're dumping her, ghosting her because she created a profile on your Netflix?
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to be insta-boyfriend here. And like, we talked about it. We said we were going to go slow. We had spoken about that. And then she does this, and I thought it was uncalled for.
I mean, are you serious? You're dumping me because I created a profile every night. So we were at your place, and you would fall asleep, and I would watch Netflix.
It seems like it warrants a conversation to just do it as if, like, yeah, this is what we're doing together now. We're sharing.
But you didn't have a conversation.
Wait, hold on. Chris, are you equating this to she took over a drawer with her stuff in your bathroom? Like she created her own Netflix password account? I mean,
That's a good
whatever.
example.
So now it's 2 little bubbles on your Netflix check-in versus just you, or like squares. Aren't they squares on Netflix?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's all it is. It freaked you out because she created a user profile on your Netflix account.
In a nutshell, yeah.
If we're watching the same shows, I don't want to, like, get you out of place of where you are if I'm in a different place watching the same show.
She just accelerated too fast for my taste.
So, Chris, where did you want this to go? Where did you think this was going with Claire?
Honestly, we're just taking a week at a time. I mean, it's only been a month. We had a good time. I didn't really have any end goal, but it definitely wasn't to be sharing a Netflix account.
Why did you ask her for a birthday date weekend then and then just ghost?
Netflix is cracking down. I don't know what she's going to do with my password, if she's sharing it with other people or
I don't even know your password. I created a profile. I don't need a it's not like I can log in.
You can have as many profiles as you want on it. You just can't share your password with people.
So you're telling me that if I hadn't created that profile, we might still be dating?
Yeah. You want to think of it that way?
That sounds weak, Chris.
Dude.
That sounds really weak because I'm good. I don't have more comments.
You don't
for
need to
Chris.
waste your time on this, Chris. I'm telling you, if you're that petty, good luck finding somebody else. And Claire, you can do better.
It's not about being petty, Ryan. He's just, unfortunately, it hurts to hear it, Claire. He's just not that into you. If he was into you, this would be a non-factor. He would have taken you out on your birthday. He would have been locked in. This is not about being petty. It's just the truth. Is it not, Chris?
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Okay.
you just said, though, that you'd still be dating if she hadn't done that.
Maybe something else would have come up. Who knows?
Yeah, you're one of these guys. You're just looking for an excuse. Okay.
Okay, well, look, I do appreciate you participating in this call so that she could have some answers. Claire, I'm very sorry because I know it's not easy to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. But do you feel at least better that you know?
I mean, it feels
silly, but yeah, sure. I feel better that I know.
You got a story now. If you were like a writer for in Just Like That or one of these shows, you'd be like,
got dumped
he broke
because of
up
a
with me because of
profile.
the Netflix profile.
Yeah, that's true. It just feels so dumb, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, well.
you don't have to have dumb in your life anymore.
Well, I'm
That's
sorry.
right. It's fine.
Thanks for being on the phone with us. It didn't really feel good for Claire, but that's what closure is. And thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
All right. You know, it's weird what people's triggers are. You
Netflix.
created a Netflix profile in my account.
Again, if
That's
he
too
liked her
fast.
enough, he wouldn't care. But he
Yeah.
didn't like her enough, so
It's just an
unfortunately, that's how it
excuse.
is. If you need closure from someone, go to krbe.com. Eric will reach out to you, and that's how you can
And like I said, it doesn't have to be.
get that settled.
It could be anything. We've done teachers. You wanted to find an old teacher
Oh,
from
yeah.
your past.
Or
Anybody.
the one girl was looking for her dad's best friend because her dad had passed away, and he was like an uncle to her, and just wanted to give him a hug.
But you've been a busy man this morning.
That's why I had to run down to get to our next guest who's in studio right now.
Michael Yo's here.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, Michael Yo.
Hello.
Michael Yo to you might just be a comedian, but Michael Yo to us is a former KRBE alum.
It is.
He's from Houston. He used to work here.
It's weird being in his studio. I've Zoomed with you a couple times, but
Yes.
to be in this place that started it all right here in
But
this
is
room.
it bittersweet? Because if people do not know this, you were fired from KRBE.
Oh, I was fired.
He was telling us how it was like, I know the room.
I
down
know
there.
the room. I'm looking at the room that I left to go let my friend into their apartment. And then I had to walk down the hallway right around the corner. I know exactly where the office was.
What gets you fired from KRBE?
Oh, well, Cubby,
You have to do a lot to get fired from here.
Cubby was running a contest at the time.
That's the DJ at the
and
time,
I would
Paul Gray
answer
Bryant.
the phones and get the winner. But imagine that person just goes, leaves.
Yeah, just walks out.
That
Yeah,
happens
I
all the
walked
time
out
here.
hanging.
But I was like, right? But I was like 18 though. You know, I was super young at the time. It didn't matter. And I was probably working for free. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
$5 an hour.
Yeah.
Is what
I
they hired
remember.
me for,
No,
so it's
I
pretty
was
much free.
working when it was $3.25 an
You're
hour.
kidding.
Whoa.
It was $3.25 or
So you were working here in
$3.75 an hour.
2012?
Right. right. No.
$25 an hour.
See, Sam, don't feel so bad.
Thanks.
So I interned.
So there is growth. That's what you're saying,
yes,
Michael.
There is growth.
I interned. I interned for a year for free, and then they paid me $3.75 an hour to do music research.
See, but
And that's why we can't have interns anymore because it was like exasperating the timeline.
Yeah.
A year. You can't have a year.
But I mean, look at you. You
Semester.
always had the drive.
I did. I
Always
knew,
had the
I knew
drive.
I was going to make it, and I'm bouncing around stations here, and then I met Leslie, who runs everything.
She's the program director here.
in Austin, Texas, and that's where I met her.
That's
So,
a small world.
Small world.
We're going to chat with Michael Yo, and he's also going to be a guest for the Rapid Fire Quiz later at 8 o'clock. But coming up next, we also have tickets for the rodeo. Rodeo Houston. Major Lazer is going to be here. We'll give you tickets to that next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Your radio right here.
Time for your daily scoop. Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
Okay, I'm going to start this out giving you some rodeo tickets. Rodeo Houston is starting February 27th. Blake Shelton's going to start it. Eric Church is going to end it, and there's a whole bunch of fun all in the middle. Major Lazer is going to be here on March the 8th. That is a Friday night. Major Lazer.
The best nights.
So we have got tickets for you to have fun at Rodeo Houston, and Major Lazer is going to entertain you. If you are caller 10 at 713-390-KRBE, that's a pair of tickets right now. Of course, you can always buy them at rodeohouston.com, but it's more fun to win them and not pay for them and get them free. 713-390-KRBE, caller 10, Major Lazer, Rodeo Houston for you, March the 8th, Friday night. We have Michael Yo in studio.
Yes.
Hey,
He
Michael.
is
Hey.
here from Houston. He is from
H-Town.
Houston, used to work at KRBE, went off into the
First time I
into
ever
the
saw
wild.
was Chelsea lately,
Chelsea lately.
and then Kardashians.
I
When you were-
know.
When you were a
Can you
teacher,
believe-
was it?
I was teaching Chloe how
Chloe
to
had
do
it.
radio
Yeah.
in Miami when I was in Miami.
Because we'll get a little bit closer on the mic there because I'm having
Oh, yeah,
I'm going
sorry.
deaf or maybe the
Sorry.
mic has turned a different
Sorry,
way.
you would think
There
I
you
know how
go.
to do this. Maybe that's why I got fired.
So Michael, you started here at KRVE, and then you went on to Austin to do radio. Then you did Miami radio.
Yep.
Then now you have you're on satellite radio. You did stuff with E. You do a lot of things, and you tour for stand up comedy.
Yes.
Now stand up comedy is a whole different animal. February 3rd, Michael Yo will be back for House of Blues. And last time we had you on the phone, you asked me to do 5 minutes before you.
Yes.
And I'm trying to get myself ready for that.
No, and I'm so excited for you to be at the show doing this 5 minutes. I don't think you'll make the full 5 minutes. I think this is my prediction. I think you'll think it's 5 minutes, but you'll get off at about 3.5.
No, do you think so?
I really think so.
You don't think with our radio brain
No,
different?
because it's different. Like, it's easy when you're up there talking about your station and then you introduce a group. When you go out there and just say hi, and then everybody's like, okay.
But Michael,
what's up?
Rula has got the gift of gab.
Oh, I know.
I know. I'm going to go 7 minutes.
I mean, you can ask her the time and it'll take 5 minutes.
I know, 7 minutes.
No, you do have the gift of gab, but I'm so excited. You're going to do well. There's
You're
no
so
doubt.
sweet. Thank you so much.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Eric had no faith in me. Last week, Ryan and Eric were shaming me like, you're going to be terrible.
No, that is so not true.
We just said,
just not funny. You were like, this is going to be bad.
Can I tell you, Roula called me after y'all dogged her, and she was like, maybe I need to actually think about this.
Yes,
and
you got to think of.
And I go, no, just go on, be yourself. Like, y'all scared.
Because Michael, you and I were trying to connect for a long time on the phone, and always something would come up, and I was like, you know what, I have it. I think it's been 3 times you said we talk on the phone. So that day I was like, okay. Because Joe Coy had just done the Golden Globes.
Yes.
And Joe Coy is like the guy who brought you up.
He was my mentor.
And we were talking about how difficult it is to do the monologue for an award show, a job that nobody wants, and all the stuff about Joe Coy, because now we have the Oscars.
Did you text him that night after he bombed?
No, I don't.
I don't think he bombed.
Well,
no,
they were
I didn't
saying
even,
he bombed.
You know what? I didn't even watch it. I just saw the Taylor Swift clip.
That was lame.
And I didn't think that was bad.
For him to get in trouble for that was dumb.
But here's the thing. Taylor Swift's look, I bet she was joking. If anybody said, I think she was playing along,
Do you know
and
her?
that got blown out of Taylor Swift. No, I don't. But if so, I guarantee you, if she's ever interviewed about it, just like, I was just playing along.
So when you say Joe Coy was your mentor,
he started me in comedy.
He did start you in comedy.
I was on Chelsea Lately with Joe Coy, and he said, you should do comedy. And I go, what? He goes, yes. He goes, I'm going to teach you how to do comedy. I'm going to take you on the road. So that was my teacher of comedy.
And Chelsea was always like, Michael was the butt of the jokes.
I was always the butt of the joke.
Like, it was almost like she was mad that you were trying to do her job. Like, you're trying to do stand-up. It takes years to get where I'm at.
You know what she was
but
mad
she was
at?
helping you out, though.
They actually hired me on that show. I was there with Chelsea when they hired me. They needed a guy to defend the celebrities. And I worked for E! So I couldn't dog the celebrities because I actually had to interview them. So the whole thing, that show is 3 comedians, crap on celebrities, me say, no, they're really cool.
They're
You're the
so
target.
nice.
And that was the whole shtick.
And Joe Coy would was he? I didn't watch Chelsea Lately the way Eric did. Was he the constant every episode, or did he come in?
No,
and then
everybody
go out?
was like on a weekly basis. I came in every 3 weeks. Like we were all on rotation. Joe Coy was like every 2
Like
weeks
him and
for
Jeff
7
Wolf.
years.
So when Joe Coy, when most of America who maybe don't follow a lot of comedians met Joe Coy on the Golden Globes and didn't like his jokes or didn't like that he was throwing shade on the writers of the jokes and all that stuff, we had this whole conversation about how difficult it is to be the host of an award show and how I think the number we got was you have to write 500 jokes for 15 of them to hit.
Oh my God!
You think
500
that's a fair
jokes for
assessment?
15 of them to
I
hit.
don't believe that.
That's
I
what
don't
they were
believe
saying
that.
about monologue for award show jokes.
I just think the material wasn't written for him. It was written just like, okay, here's another host. Let's write
Anybody
these
can do
shows.
this.
Anybody can do
go
this.
out and do somebody else's material. It's not your style.
And it's live. You have to read the teleprompter. There's a lot. I do a lot of live television. I know it's very different from stand-up, but you have to be comfortable reading a prompter live.
Yes, and
to
looking
be
at the
yourself.
camera at the right time.
Absolutely.
Because
So
we've done our own little stuff here for local television. Kevin does a thing on Fox all the time. I started with Great Day Houston. Because in radio, we're all just like this.
You just
and
talk.
you have to look to see where the red dot is, which camera's on you.
Never.
And I mean, there's a lot going on in your head. And if you're the host of an award show.
it's a lot going on if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
I do a live New Year's Eve show for CBS every year, and it's 4 hours live.
Whoa.
And I'm so used to live TV. But if you're stand-up and not used to that, it can be very uncomfortable. And it's not your words, it's somebody else's words. And the jokes didn't fit him. He's a very self-deprecating person. If I was him, I would have came out with some self-deprecating jokes
Nobody
because the
knows him.
audience doesn't know him. So I
Right.
would have made fun of me. And I think right now, okay, we get the Taylor Swift jokes, we get the Barbie jokes, but how many times have you heard that? It's just like, it's hacky now. It's like over the top. I've heard this. And I think women are now like, how many times are we going to go to award shows and be made fun of? It's just, can't we make fun of something else besides women
Well,
at
also,
award
I was
shows?
telling Michael Yo guys off the air when we were talking about the whole Golden Globe thing with Joe Coy. You know, if you notice when you look at the celebrities' faces at award shows like the Golden Globes, when Kristen Wiig came out with Will Ferrell. Already they were smiling.
Yes.
Because they already know them and they know it's going to be funny and they're just ready for that joke. When they got an unfamiliar person, they're not sure what his shtick is going to be. They weren't already like welcoming to the, okay, clown.
It's like a wolf pack.
Come on, make me laugh. Like in Finding Nemo, you're a clownfish,
They want
right?
to see Michael
You're
Yeoh perform House of Blues.
Yeah.
They want to. They're going. They know they're.
They
gonna
know
have
your
fun.
stuff. They know you.
Yeah, it's a very.
They're ready to have fun.
Your audience knows what they're going to get because they bought tickets to come see you.
Absolutely, but I really feel like you said, when he came out, they're like, okay, what's he about?
Right.
And there's also a mutual respect to celebrities that come out there,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're Kristen Wiig or if you're Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, they're already like, we love you.
We're in the group. Yeah,
they
we're in
know
the
him.
club.
But guarantee you, if that crowd was filled with Joe Coy fans, they would have lost their minds over this.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're just waking up, just tuning in, we're talking to comedian Michael
I'm Joe
Yeoh.
Coy. If you don't know, I'm Joe Coy.
Michael, you mentioned working with Kardashians. Has there ever been like a celebrity that you're just like, oh man, we are not clicking?
Oh yes, Ben Stiller. So I am a huge not Ben Stiller. No, Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, Meet the Parents?
No, this one, Zoolander.
Zoolander. Yeah, that's Ben Stiller.
Okay,
yeah.
So this is one of my first interviews ever in Hollywood. I'm thinking Ben Stiller is really that guy, like the Zoolander guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there like, Ben, and he goes, "Hello, Michael. How are you?" I'm like,
why are you so serious?
You're not Zoolander.
What's happening?
Yeah,
Blue Steel.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these are just actors. He's really not that guy. And he was so serious the whole interview.
Man.
And then finally I loosened him up in the middle and he did the Zoolander at the end. But
what was the movie he was promoting that you were
Madagascar.
Oh, so he's doing
come on, that should have been
and he was serious. And he was serious. Like Chris Rock's the same way.
Oh yeah.
Chris Rock is I'm not going to dance for you.
Well, we had him in the studio, and he was
studio,
just
mute.
quiet and looking out the window between the breaks.
I'm like, why'd you even come?
It wasn't jovial at all. It was just tired. It was morning radio, and he's like, I got a show at the Improv.
Yeah. He's very like, I'm not going to dance for you. But if you say something funny, I'll jump on that. Like he's not where Kevin Hart, as soon as you walk in the room, it's like, hey, all right, here we go. Like,
He's always on.
The Rock is always on.
Yeah, the Rock's
like,
the best.
Yeah. So some comedians, like to me, a lot of comedians are the worst interviews for radio because they're not like they are on stage.
Unless they're trying to make sure they get some butts in the seats.
Well, some of them, even that, they don't care.
We've had some good comedians who've given us. They're on when they're on, but off afterwards. Like Eric and I used to go to lunch all the time with some of the comedians that came through here.
Really?
Like
and they'd be so quiet.
Frank Caliendo.
Oh, yeah.
I've known him for 20-some years. He does like John Madden and all the impersonations.
His George W. Bush was so good at the time that George W. Bush was in office. The Pentagon had audio of him so they wouldn't get punked.
Wow.
Like they had to study audio of Caliendo to not get punked as George W.
But we
Bush.
take him to lunch. We're thinking he's going to be so
jovial and like
so
boisterous,
just very low key.
Well, it's very interesting.
That's great.
I've opened for some major, huge comedians today, and they get so nervous before the shows, and they look at me, and I never get nervous. I'm just like chilling. And
I think it's because you started in radio.
100%.
I think radio really relaxes you.
I think radio. I think anyone that does radio could do stand up to a certain degree because it's all about being comfortable on stage. Most radio DJs are comfortable on stage because you're always been on stage, or you're at a club, or you're doing this. That's the stage fright. Once you're done with that, now you're probably 5-6 years ahead of someone starting stand up that's never done radio.
But if you hear them groan or boo or not laugh at the part you thought they'd laugh at.
Oh, that happens all the time, but that's great. Once you get experience, that's great. The silence is awesome.
Have you ever been heckled?
Oh, sometimes. I'm not that dude.
You're
though.
not the kind of comedian.
I'm a family comic that just talk. Nobody's going to be like, "We hate your kids," Like
I hope not.
Nobody's going to do that.
Think of how bold it is. The stones you have to heckle somebody because they have a microphone and you do not.
But
they can take you down.
They get drunk though.
But they get drunk, and then maybe you said something like it. Like if they don't like your idea of something, they'll yell. But I've never had those problems because, like I said, I'm very like.
So Michael Yeoh's going to be House of Blues February 3rd.
And all I need to do is sell 30 more pairs and I'm done.
Okay, good.
30 more pairs.
Guys, and I'm going to do the first 5 minutes before he comes out. You guys see me for 5 minutes or maybe 7 or 12. I can't tell time.
Rule will probably go like 15 minutes and be like,
I got to be in attendance. I want to sit in the audience and watch this.
How do you think you'll do, Rula?
She'll do fine.
I feel like it's going to fly by because the way we talk here on radio. Because I made a point, like on Weekends with Roula, I have to riff by myself for like 5 minutes. And I feel like.
Oh, it's the exact same.
And I can feel the time in my head when I know I've either gone over or I haven't. That's what I was saying.
You'll do fine.
Well, we're videotaping, so I'm going to send you the video.
Okay.
We got to audio the next day. We got to play that the next day for sure.
It's going to be a
Wait,
hot
do we
mess.
have to check our phones going in?
No, you won't have to check.
He's
your
like, hell
phone.
no, you record stuff
Ryan's
on
going to
YouTube.
Facebook Live that.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
I just don't want to get this in my head that you're like, it's going to be so hard. Because then it's going to suck for me.
This is 5 minutes is not a whole lot of time.
5 minutes is quick.
Yeah, I
Rolla.
feel like 5 minutes is very quick, but Michael was saying it's longer than you think.
You just talked probably about 9 minutes just now.
See what I'm saying?
No problem.
Okay.
Actually, 12 minutes and 17 seconds.
KRBE Secret Sound. Guys, let me get you updated on this because we got to do this like every 20 minutes because people are asking, what does the sound like? Because they are obsessed with trying to figure it out for when we call for caller 104, that they have a chance to really get it right. The pot right now is $1,144. If the next person doesn't get it, we add another $104 to that. So I can't tell you what time we're going to ask you to be caller 104, but this is the sound you're trying to identify. Okay,
right.
what is that? Here's what it's not. Sam, run.
Waterfall,
Right
car wash, white noise, rain, air conditioner, rain with windshield wipers, paper shredder, trash compactor, TV static, and change rolling machine.
Yeah, TV static has come up a lot on text. Guys, it's not the static from a television.
Can I guess?
No.
Yes.
No. Because if you guess correct,
No,
then
what if you guess correct?
Mine won't be correct.
Nope.
But it could be.
Yep.
we were given strict orders.
You can't even make a
You've
guess.
already been fired from here once.
Take us down with you.
Okay, coming up next, Michael Yo's going to stick around for the rapid fire quiz. The rapid fire quiz happens every Wednesday, and we get into a death cage battle on this, Michael. It is 5 contestants who are hoping one of us wins the prize for them. The prize is your show.
Let's do it.
Michael Yo, House of Blues, February 3rd, 713-390-KRBE. If you're calling for the secret sound, I don't know what you're doing. I didn't ask for that.
Nope. There's.
I feel like it was already blinking.
You'll know.
We'll exit out, and then you can pick Michael, Roula, Eric, Kevin, or Sam to play for you.
Yeah, so you
And those
pick the
tickets to see
contestant that you think can win you the tickets to see Michael Yo, February 3rd at House of Blues. The rapid fire quiz is next on the Roula and Ryan Show.